U.S. immigration discourse drives me absolutely insane because of the really obvious deflection that lies at the root of all of it. Because it all just centers around blaming immigrants for things that are the fault of billionaires and corporations and abusive employers. The right wing will blame immigration for unaffordable housing and simultaneously depressed wages and at the same time increased crime rates, when one, immigrant populations actually have lower crime rates than native born ones because they're, well, afraid of being deported. And in general, the only really consistent factor in high crime rates is widespread poverty, which there's no surprise there, people get desperate. Somehow, despite taking lower wages and lowering the value of work and making less than the rest of us who already struggle to afford housing, they're also at the same time inflating the cost of housing and making the housing crisis worse, when in reality it's the fault of investors who already have lots of money and buy up land and apartments and residential housing as a means of investment. And then they'll blame wage deflation on immigrants for coming in and taking lower wages out of desperation, when in that situation, who has the power? Who's really at fault? Is it the person trying to make a big move and a change in their life in order to improve their life circumstances? Or is it the person who is the employer with the money and the power who just wants to pay anyone to do their work as little as humanly possible and would absolutely, if legally able to, pay you nothing to do it? They'd make you pay them to do the work if they could. In fact, they did. That's what company stores used to be. They'd pay you fake money that you could only use to pay back into the company. Why we have labor laws and unionization and stuff like that. The whole American immigration frenzy is a deliberately constructed means to pit the working poor in America against each other and get them to ignore the billionaires who are hollowing out every facet of our lives. They are not the cause of their problems. They're a scapegoat for the people who are really doing working Americans harm. So with all that said, hi there, my name's Max Diaz. I'm running for U.S. Congress, South Carolina's 1st Congressional District. And if what I'm saying here really resonates with you, and you think this is a campaign you can get behind, please go ahead, check out my website, check out my other socials, and show the campaign some support.